Welcome back to Speak Truth and Love with Clint Day from St. Simon's Island, Georgia. And I just wanted to encourage everyone to get out and vote. If you're going to vote the right way, I'm believing that's for Donald Trump, I want to encourage you to get out and vote. If you're struggling with what to do, I just really want you to consider what is right for your children and grandchildren. Think about their future and who's going to bring the best future for our country, and who has the resume to prove it, who has the background. The last 3.5, 4 years have been totally, in my view, a disaster under the Harris administration, Biden-Harris. And the way they took over, they did a coup on the Democratic Party to put her in position. And you think about the process of what they've been through. And again, I just go back to the pro-life position. I mean, I'm pro-life 100%, and I really do believe that if you don't protect the most innocent, then no one's protected. You need to protect them from conception to natural death. And we have a country that is really putting that to question. And I don't think it's a badge of honor for a mother to choose to kill their baby. I just don't. I don't see how you can allow a system to get away with the lie about it, quote, being a person's choice. They have a choice. They need to make the choice before they engage in sex, that's for sure. And I'm just so intrigued by the left's argument on this and acting like it is a badge of honor to take the life of your child. And I just totally disagree with that. And I think that you think about where our country would be if Donald Trump had not won in 2016. If Hillary had put 3 people on the Supreme Court, that they would have been the exact opposite of what's been put on there. As you know, Joe Biden put on the Supreme Court a woman that doesn't even know what a man or woman is, and really, I guess, doesn't know what a man is if she can't define what a woman is. And so we don't need people like that on the Supreme Court. We need those people replaced and put God-fearing people on those courts that respect the Constitution. And anybody that's going to be replaced on that court, I would much rather have Donald Trump and a U.S. Senate, hopefully controlled by Republicans, to put that right person on the court, again, because it's going to make a difference for generations. I'm also concerned about the view on Israel. You see the Biden administration is only letting them go so far to win the war, to beat Hamas, and then go up to Hezbollah and the attack on Iran potentially. They want to put their arms behind Netanyahu and the people of Israel, tie their arm behind their back and allow them to fight their battle. And that's just not right. We threaten them with cutting off arms and defense mechanisms, and I just don't accept that. And people say, well, Trump doesn't support them that much either. But yes, he does. He's the one that actually said we're going to move the capital from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. And so many people think that was a decision he made on his own, but it was a decision actually made by the U.S. Senate, U.S. House under the Clinton administration, and he didn't veto the bill, but so it became law. And it took a person with guts like Trump to make a difference, to move the capital from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. And I support that 100%. I believe that we need to pray for the peace of Jerusalem. I truly do believe we need to support Israel. As imperfect as they are, they've got their problems. They make their mistakes. I want to see them all come to know Jesus, right? But the bottom line is we are grafted in to be supportive of them. And I really do believe Genesis 12:3, which pretty much says, I'll bless those that bless you, and I'll curse those that curse you. And that's a blessing that God put on the people of Israel, and I believe we as Christians are grafted into that same type blessing, that we're going to be blessed. And so, again, when I go back to national security, I can't imagine Harris going in and talking to Xi in China or Putin in Russia or Erdogan in Turkey or the mullahs of Iran. I mean, those guys will not respect her at all, not only because she's no Margaret Thatcher, but they're just not going to respect her. They have no respect for her now. These evil people around the world want her to win, and there's a reason they want her to win, is because they know she's weak. And I really, truly believe that if Trump had been president, Putin would have never attacked Ukraine. Hamas would have never attacked Israel. And I really believe that wholeheartedly in my heart, and I believe that will be proven to be correct, that there'll come a time we'll see that. Parental rights. I mean, come on, people. Do you really think girls should have to compete with boys in athletics? Do you think it's okay to cut body parts off of children and then not tell a parent if their child's leaning that way that they're going to do that? The parent's going to have to pay for the recovery of that child, but there are states that are allowing that to go on, and parents don't even get to know about it. And as a parent, I want to know what my decisions are my children are making, especially life-changing decisions like some states want them to do without parental permission. And Kamala supports that kind of stuff. We as parents are the ones responsible to raise our children, not the government. The government can have a part in it, maybe with schools or whatever, but the real responsibility is with the parent. That's the bottom line. And then election integrity. Anybody that doesn't think there's irregularity going on, especially in 2020, is fooling themselves. The ballots that were sent out in the mail, the drop boxes that were put anywhere they wanted them. There are so many things. You go back to the inflation that is caused by the Biden administration, the increase in gas costs, increase in housing. And what do you expect? If you let 25 million people in, what's that going to do to your housing? It's basic supply and demand. And so you let illegals come in here at 25 million, and a lot of them are doing really bad things with criminals, records of over 13,000 of them, hundreds of thousands of children, little children that are missing, that cannot be found, that the Biden and Harris administration allowed in. So I want to encourage you, get out there and vote. Vote the right way. Please vote for Donald Trump. I really do believe he can get our country back on the right track. We're not electing a pastor. We're electing a leader that will stand up and have people around him that he can listen to, evangelical Christians and others, that will give him wise advice. And I really do believe a lot of that advice is going to be prayed through and biblical. So please vote for Donald Trump.